morning. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm so happy to see you. I'm Jana with Crochet Crafts by Jana. In today's video, I wanted to share a lot of my favorite no-sew and low-sew patterns that I feel y'all should really try out if you're wanting to sell at markets or just make as gifts. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know that all of the patterns I list in this video are patterns I have personally tested and tried and made. It's always kind of bugged me when you see these pattern videos where they talk about all these patterns, but they never tried a single one of them. It drives me crazy. So I wanted to share my favorites that I have made and I know are good, and I feel like you guys will enjoy them as well. So without further ado, let's get to it. First up on our list is this axolotl pattern by Sweet Softies. It's actually a free YouTube tutorial, and this pattern is super easy. It's super simple. There's no sewing. The head fins, the bottom tail fin, and the arms, you attach the yarn and make like baubles and chains and slip stitches. So it's super simple, and this one I think takes me around 30 minutes to make, so it's pretty good option for markets, and you can really play around with the colors. I have pink ones, I have blue ones, I have green ones, I have purple ones. You can really have some fun with the color options, and I feel that makes it more exciting and to have that variety to choose from. Next up on the list, I had written down the Sweet Softies rubber duck, but I actually found another one on Instagram. So I wanted to try out the one I saw on Instagram to see and like compare which one I liked more. And I think the one on Instagram I ended up liking a lot more. I actually have them both right here for you to look at. So this is the Sweet Softies rubber duck, and this is the Amateur Hour Instagram rubber duck. And after testing out each one, I think this is the one to do like rubber duck. Like this screams rubber duck. So I was going to have this recommended, but to be honest, I think this is your go-to if you're going for that rubber duck look. And it's also a bit quicker than this one, not by a whole lot. It is super quick. I think it takes me 30 minutes to make, and that's including embroidering the eyes. If I didn't embroider the eyes, it'd be probably around 20 minutes, to be honest. This is a free Instagram pattern by Amateur Hour, and I highly recommend this one. I did something different though. I attached yarn for the beak. So I attach yarn and I crochet across 4 stitches. I chain, then turn, and then I decrease across both. So do 2 decreases. And that is how I get my beak. And then I just embroider the eyes. So I highly recommend this rubber duck pattern if that's what you're going for. Great market make. Next up is this jellyfish pattern by Loops and Knots Crochet on YouTube. It is a YouTube video tutorial, and it is super, super easy. There's no sewing, surprisingly. You'd think you'd have to sew on the legs and all that, but you actually don't. And I think this takes me around like 40 minutes to make, depending on the yarn I use and depending on how long I want the legs. Sometimes I like to have the legs a bit longer and have them varying in their length. So depending on that is how long it takes me. I love this jellyfish pattern. It's super easy to understand, and I really enjoy working through this pattern. Highly recommend Loops and Knots Crochet. She has plenty of other free YouTube tutorials, and I recommend you check those out. Next are these mini whales by All From Jade. I'm sure you've seen these before. All From Jade is one of the most popular crocheters out there. I couldn't not include these because they're so easy and super quick. If you do markets, I think these are perfect because you can make a lot in a short period of time, and you can play around with the colors, having different colors. And I'm sure even adding your own little fin to the top to make it a shark modification. So this one is a good one. I recommend very much. They only take me about 15 minutes to make, if that. I'm gonna do some self-promotion here, but there is my owl that I have on my own YouTube channel. You can go ahead and check out that video. It's a video tutorial on how to make this no-sew owl. Definitely popular with the owl lovers. These sell very well for markets, so if you do markets, this is a great market make, and I can't recommend it enough, even though I am a little biased. Next up is the Cable and Canvas Mushy Pops, and I'm sure you've seen these before, but I have to put them on here because they are very popular. You can make them in acrylic yarn to make them keychain size. You can play around with the eyes. The ones I make, I put elongated eyes to look like Mario theme, and that does really well for me. So if you sell your stuff at markets, I highly recommend doing the Mario look. And if you know someone who loves Super Mario Brothers, then they will definitely get the reference for the Mario look. And having it also be a mushroom puppet, how could you pass that up? This is another quick one to make. I think it maybe takes me around like 30 minutes, if that. It's super simple, nothing confusing about it, and like I said, it's a YouTube video tutorial. I can't recommend it enough. There's also these cute corn cobs. It is a free Instagram pattern, and as soon as I saw these, I knew I couldn't pass it up. Especially in my area, we grow lots of corn, so it was a must, and it sells really well for me at my markets. It's very basic stitches. I have adjusted mine to make them really small, and I'm sure you could adjust yours to make it even bigger if you want a huge corn cob. It has the option to add little arms on them. It's just so adorable, and you can take the corn out of its husk. This is a perfect market make for sure. There's also this free Instagram pattern called Itty Bitty Birds by Chanel's Crochet. I think I'm saying that right. And these are so adorable, so precious. They're so small, and they are perfect as market makes, definitely. And in a previous video, I told you about how I tried one of them, but I changed the colors to make it look like Kirby, and they came out really well. And that's just one of the nice things about having these versatile colors. And it even already shows you the different options to make the baby chicken and the penguin and the mallard. It's just a great, easy option. I think it takes me 10 minutes. I'm not even joking, it's very fast. This was actually one of the first crochet patterns I ever followed, was by Hooked by Robin. It's this adorable amigurumi octopus. This one can take a little bit longer, but it's definitely worth it with how it turns out. I wanted to stray away from the mini octos because those are literally everywhere and those are so easy to find so many patterns for. But this octopus I feel is kind of different and is really cute. And this octopus has sold very well for me both at markets and on my Etsy. And of course you can play around with the colors and the face, and it's just perfect. Definitely recommend checking it out. Last up on the no-sew is these chickens by Fame Art with Poonam. I hope I'm saying that right. It is a free YouTube video tutorial, and I love the look of these chickens. I know the maple chickens are very popular, but personally, I like the look of these with the protruding heads rather than it being sunken down into the body. And this works up pretty quickly. This chicken usually takes me around 35 minutes to make. So this is a perfect option if you go to a lot of markets. Now moving on to the low sew section. First up on the list is some more self-promotion. It is my low sew cow that I have on my YouTube channel. I would see a lot of these standing cows in like where you can have accessories like bags and hats for them, but I wanted a realistic version, but a small one that is easier and faster to make for my markets. So I came up with this design in this pattern. I recommend it, especially if you're looking for something smaller for your markets. The only things you have to sew on are the ears to the head and the head to the body. Next is this Pokeball pattern by the Cookie Snob. This one is super easy, super simple. There's no special stitches that you need to know. The only sewing you have to do is sew the button to the actual ball itself, and you surface crochet the black around the ball. Other than that, it is very, very simple, and I recommend this if you have Pokemon fans. This is a free Instagram pattern by Amigurumi Morgan. I absolutely love this free Instagram pattern for this bird. It is so adorable, so sweet. I personally love birds, so I could not pass this up. I cannot tell you how much I love this pattern, and if you're a bird lover, I'm sure you will love it too. The only things you have to sew on are the wings to the body and the feet to the bottom of the body. And of course you can play around with the color changes, making it be different birds, different kinds of parrots or budgies or a cockatiel. I think I might have to make one in a cockatiel version. This Chibi Spider-Man was really easy to follow and super simple. There was nothing super confusing about this pattern. It's a free pattern on Ravelry by Carolyn Lloyd. I made this in acrylic yarn, so it was perfect keychain size. I put this in low sew because you have to embroider the spider onto his chest. I used E6000 to glue felt as eyes onto his head, and surprisingly, E6000 worked very well. I did not expect him to last very long, but that glue holds up. I recommend this pattern if you have a Spider-Man lover in your life. Last self-promotion, I promise. Here is my baby chick. It's a free video tutorial on my YouTube channel. The only thing you have to sew on are the wings to the body, and you embroider the feet and the beak. I created this pattern because I would see a lot of just ball looking chicks, but I wanted something that had a bit more form to it. So that is how I came up with this pattern. And I wanted something small that was easy to make and quick to make that I could take to my markets. So if you are in need of some baby chicks, I recommend this baby chick pattern for you. Final item on the list is this amigurumi bunny by the Passionate Crafter. They have it listed as a no-sew pattern, but they don't have a bunny tail on it. It's up to you if you don't want to have a tail, and if you don't, that is perfectly fine. Then it is no sew. But I personally like to have a cute little fluffy tail on the bunny, so I make that separately and sew it on. So technically it's not no sew, but other than that, I highly recommend this bunny pattern. I absolutely love the way it comes out every time. And if you embroider the eyes, this is a perfect newborn gift for all little babies. I absolutely think it is adorable. Every time I make it, I want to keep it for myself. And there you have it. That is a list of all of my free favorite patterns that I like to make. I hope this list helps you in deciding on what you can make next. Sometimes when I'm feeling uninspired, I do scour the internet of videos about patterns, free patterns to try. So hopefully this helps you out. Like I said, everything I listed here I have made, and I can attest that they are great patterns and I can't recommend them enough. If you'd like to see more videos where I talk about paid patterns or more no-sew or low-sew patterns, please subscribe, like, and comment and let me know. I love hearing what you guys have to say. Thank you for spending some time with me. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you in the next video. Bye!